What you think they giving greatness out? Now you gotta take it. They don't know the hustle, they confused when they look at you. Till you hit your goals, they all shy, they think you Pikachu. Put your mind to it, you can do it, yeah, and I'm the proof.
Welcome back to the YouTube, guys. How are you all doing? So we are back in the gym finally after a break away. So I was away for a week on holiday in Montenegro with lots of friends. There was 11 of us in total. I was still working out there in terms of getting back to clients, but just switching off a little bit. Not training as much. I trained like twice that week, but it actually worked pretty well with where I was. But like, yeah, with my friends and myself, like I didn't want to go train that much. We were having a good time. I took a step back from like tracking food as cautiously, and I just enjoyed myself really. And it was a really well-needed break. I feel very mentally refreshed in terms of the perspective of like getting back into things, excited to be back in the gym, back in my routine. And it was well-needed, but I think it serves a good purpose with this video to discuss basically how you can manage a holiday. Is it gonna ruin your gains? Are you gonna go on holiday, you're gonna come back and be really weak? Or are you gonna be in a good spot? So this is my first session back. I did train twice when away, but it wasn't full volume. I didn't track my logbook. I didn't track my numbers. So I have no idea about strength when I was away. Workouts felt good though. But yeah, I'll be honest, like there was a bit of alcohol consumption like on a couple of nights, and food wasn't 100% all the time. And yeah, it's just worth kind of discussing like, will that ruin your gains for a week? Are you gonna suddenly be steps backwards and, you know, are you gonna sacrifice your progress? And I strongly believe no, but you know, we can see how this session goes and we can talk about it later. After this training, we'll have basically a sit-down discussion about how you can manage your holiday in the best way possible. Because I really believe there is a way of doing that. And it's worth talking about it because it allows you to have that freedom a little bit more. And it means you can enjoy yourself. A lot of the time, you either go on holiday and you worry that you're not making any, that you're ruining your progress, you don't know where you're at, you're stressed, or you maybe handle it a bit stupidly and you can ruin your progress potentially. So it's about talking about being smart and how you do it. So yeah, we'll discuss that kind of as the session progresses, but mainly also afterwards when we sit down. So yeah, in for upper today. I don't believe this session has been shown on the YouTube yet, so it'll be really cool to show you it because my split changed about a couple months ago. So yeah, it will be full volume. When I trained away, it was the volume session, so full volume today. We'll see where we're at with numbers. We've got 2 weeks pretty much until I start dieting. So now it's about really kind of just solidifying performance into a strong position to retain in the diet, really. That's what it's about. It's not about doing crazy things anymore. It's about just being smart and allowing myself to retain this performance. That's the key part. But yeah, looking forward to training. It's nice to be back in the coach, to be honest. So,
I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Working every day, it just made me better. If it 1, 2, check, a 1, 2, I'm going in, is that an L? W is still a win. Got it off the muscle, all I know is hustle. All I know is making something out of nothing. What you think they see it? I had to hop in the kitchen, I'm really on fire, you know ignited, yeah. I know some people don't like it, I'm moving with flavor, they probably a bite it, yeah. Trendsetter, being better, I can't take the credit, yeah, wait. Been on fire, boy, that's flambe. Only time you see my head down is when I'm praying. When my back is turned on, only time they wanna see it. Water on me, floors cold as ice, I'm finna trade, yeah. Serving to the people, they need hope, there's no delay, yeah. The odds against me, back against the wall, my strength, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Been through everything, it just made me better. I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Working every day, it just made me better. Hold up, what they finna say? Tell it to your mammy, it don't matter, I ain't listening anyway. They just mad to see decide to drop, they look like ocean spray. You can get it too if you just work more than you talk today. This what happen when you take your pain and make it motivation. It ain't gonna be easy trying to be a legend. It's the payment, you need execution, not excuses, dog, you gotta face it. They don't want the truth, but if you quit, you don't deserve to make it. What you think they giving greatness out? Now you gotta take it. They don't know the hustle, they confused when they look at you. Till you hit your goals, they all shy, they think you Pikachu. Put your mind to it, you can do it, yeah, and I'm the proof. The odds against me, back against the wall, my strength, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Been through everything.
Fucking hell. You notice in this upper setup, I'm starting on back instead of presses, and that's something that's very particular for me because for my physique, I definitely need a lot more back than top line at the front. I think for most people, I'd start on presses first, just because it's a bit of a less taxing movement. If you do like more taxing movements and you go into presses, you're just challenging them a little bit. For myself though, that trade-off is worth it because I need more back and I want to start on it at the start because that's the thing I need the most from the session. I would always prioritise the things you need the most kind of earlier on when you're fresher in the session, so you can. That's where the highest quality work you've got that you're going to do is going to be is at the start. So, but yeah, we do the pull down first because I need more lat mainly, and then we go onto this mid back row because it's like neutral grip. You might think you get a lot of lat, but it's such a good piece in the way it moves like this keeps you out of that. And I have the seat quite high. If I had the seat lower, it doesn't really scoop up as much, I feel. And I like to also have a position where the seat is kind of sitting at the top of it, sitting on my sternum, so my chest is almost above it. And I can just push that through the pad as I get it short. But very nice piece. They're both, I do both. This is like pronated grip for rear delts. This is a little bit less rear delt, a bit more trap, and arguably a little bit of lat because the elbow is just situated a little bit closer to the hip. But because of the way it moves, it's a lot of trap, like it's really, really nice amount of trap. Oh. Oh. No! No! Oh. Oh. Oh, the stretch on that is unreal. Well, I like it so much, it pulls you into this massively stretched position. Whew. Final set on this, we're going to do 1.5s. So just integrated partials, doing it at the end because for myself, I find that 1.5s, obviously they're biasing that stretch position more. So if you're trying to do it at the start, you do your first set as 1.5s and then after that you're just trying to do a normal set where you're getting it more short. It's going to be very difficult. The reason also I like to do this is because it's a third set where I'm just really rinsing the control even more and getting a lot of work done in that stretch position without having to do loads of reps. It's basically like an efficient way of just doing more reps. If you counted that half rep as a full rep, if I'm doing 10 1.5s, that's actually like a 20 rep set. So I'm getting I'm doing 20 reps in the stretch basically. So you gotta look at it like that. It's just in a more efficient way of doing it and it doesn't challenge you too much cardiovascularly as a normal 20 rep set would do. Fuck. Oh. So that was a rest pause. I just do that to get through it really quick because our upper session can be quite long and I've got limited time frame to pick up Milo. So I do, this is like 3 sets, same weight, 30-second rest. It's just a really efficient way of doing it. And it allows me to still do like a high amount of volume on back pretty much. So if you are struggling for time, I'd pick like 1 or 2 isolations or movements that you can just do rest pause sets with limited rest. It's not as good as straight sets, I would say, but it's a slight drop off. It's not too much of a drop off, and it's worth it if you need to spend a little bit more time doing other things that you want to do, you know, instead of just rushing through the whole session. So this is back in this incline. I was running the flex and it was just ruining my shoulder. And you know, when you get, just ignore this. When you get shoulder or like any injuries or something like that, and you know it's from movement, just don't be stubborn. Don't keep trying to do it. Just swap it out because it's only going to get worse. So I'm doing this, but the thing that frustrates me about this machine is the need to pin it. I've pinned like 45 on it before. So I've made a rule with myself, going into a diet especially, I'm not going to pin more than like 10. Because when you put on more than like a big plate, it just slides off, it doesn't fit on properly. So I'm just going to run pauses, and that's going to help for retention. But there's no point just like throwing on loads of plates when I'm going into a diet anyway. So this is my last one, and then we'll just run like maybe 10 on it for going into the diet, and then just retaining that through, just rinsing the pauses as much as I can, which actually works really well on any machine that you have, which is very heavy in the shortened position. They're quite hard to progress, and it also can create an unproductive set sometimes. So if you do have a press or anything that's very heavy in the short, I would advise pausing in that stretch position. What that does is it allows you to kind of even out the challenge and spend more time in that lengthened position. The fact that it drops off in the lengthened position can actually allow you to control it even better and create more ownership in that position, which therefore still creates a very high challenge in that stretch, which will then allow me to kind of progress it for longer because I'm not just trying to fight this top end of the rep in the short, which I can't sustain. So. Oh, nice. Oh, fuck. Oh. 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 Fucking hell. That's hard. If you do a J and press the right way, then you shouldn't be lifting a lot because you're just extending from the elbow. You're not actually using much pec. Very nice. This whole session, the pump's been absolutely insane. And I think it's just because I've come from a very low stress position on holiday. So, you know, if you're worried sometimes about going away, if you're going away at the right time, deeper into your meso, stress has been building up, you go away, stress drops off. And also just generally just being in a lower stress state, you're on holiday, it can really do you a world of good when you get back. That and also nutrition changing a little bit, running a slightly higher fat intake when away, not just pushing carbs, has really allowed myself to feel very good on the extra carbs that are now going back in. Now I'm back home into routine. So pumps are amazing right now. It's really good. I think the next 2 weeks of training before I get into the diet is going to be very productive. Oh, fuck. You know, man.
Take the credit, yeah, wait. Yeah, been on fire, boy, that's flambe. Only time you see my head down is when I'm praying. When my back is turned, the only time they wanna see it. Water on me, floor is cold as ice, I'm finna trade, yeah. Serve it to the people, they need hope, there's no delay, yeah. The odds against me, back against the wall, my strength, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better. Hold up, what they finna say? Tell it to your mammy, it don't matter, I ain't listening anyway. They just mad to see decide to drop, they look like ocean spray. You can get it too if you just work more than you talk today. This what happen when you take your pain and make it motivation. It ain't gonna be easy trying to be a legend, it's the payment. You need execution, not excuses, dog, you gotta face it. They don't want the truth, but if you quit, you don't deserve to make it. What you think they giving greatness out? Now you gotta take it. They don't know the hustle, they confused when they look at you. Till you hit your goals, they all shy, they think you Pikachu. Put your mind to it, you can do it, yeah, and I'm the proof. Against the odds against me, back against the wall, my strength, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better.
So the main topic of this video, will a holiday kill your gains? Does it have the potential to kill your gains? Did it kill my gains? How can we stop it from killing our gains? So my trip away, in the grand scheme of things, was pretty productive for me. I came back feeling really good. Training went pretty well. Unfortunately for myself, I got ill. So when you take time away from training on a holiday, you want that time away, and this is going to be the first point, to be like essentially a deload you need. So what I mean by that is if you run a deload and then 2 weeks later you go away on your holiday and you don't train, was there any point doing that deload before? Absolutely not. And that time away on holiday is potentially just like more time reducing fatigue when fatigue already isn't that high. It's like you don't need to bring it down further. I think a week is enough you need to bring fatigue down. So if you're going on holiday, make sure that deload is productive in the sense of you need it at that time and it sets you up well afterwards. So for me, it didn't really set me up that well because I was great and then I got ill. So I then had like time off from training in a slight deloaded, devolumed state anyway, which was a bit annoying, but it is what it is. We can't always control these things. Most of the time for me, like things align well, and this was just one of those things where life happens. But yeah, still worth it. I really enjoy my holiday, and you've got to enjoy life a bit. So yeah, the second thing I want to talk about is food and nutrition and how that could potentially affect your gains. So if you go away on holiday, you've got to see this as like a week that has the potential to take away time from your push-up if it's not run right. So if you go away and body weight will climbs up too much, you're basically coming back into a position where you're detrained, so you didn't make the most of that surplus, that bigger surplus you're in anyway because you weren't training as much. And then secondly, you're now coming back to a position where you don't have as long to push up now. So realistically, we need to just make sure nutrition is controlled well. If you do it the right way, you'll be fine. And now how I do this is I bring a body weight scale with me. It just shows me, especially when I'm at peak body weight, at peak push, the amount of calories I need anyway is a lot. It just shows me how my lifestyle there is affecting my body weight, how much activity, how much food is needed to keep me in that spot I want. And the spot I want to be is basically just holding body weight. Maybe losing like half a kilo, just coming down a little bit, but just keeping myself still in that same position. So a holiday could affect your gains. I'm not going to say it kills your gains if you gain a lot of weight within that holiday during a push-up. It's not really ideal, especially if you're not training. Again, vice versa, if you're not eating enough, you lose loads of weight and you get back, you're going to be pretty weak for that first week. I think I'd rather see a client maybe lose a little bit of weight on holiday anyway than go up loads, because they can get that back and it just gives us room to push up. So yeah, that's the importance of nutrition. And with that, when you have the foods you have when you're away, just be smart in terms of carbohydrate frequency and the amount. Understand if you're going out for dinners in the evening, I would probably reduce the carbohydrates you have earlier in the day, especially in your like first meal, your second meal. Just maybe just have more fats. Understand if you're at a hotel, the foods that will be coming in that are cooked for you and prepared for you will inevitably be way higher in fat than what you're used to with your diet plan at home, most likely, which runs higher carbs. So therefore, you need to kind of consider that and then bring the carbs down a little bit so you're not just pushed into too much of a surplus without you really realizing you're in that surplus, because fats, you don't really notice them as much, you can't see them, oils, butters and so on. So just be smart of your food. And then just stay active as well. Like, you know, if you can move a bit, that will help. That'll give you more room for food and enjoying food. The truth is, if you're bulking and you're on high food, holidays are great because you can enjoy food because you need to keep body weight up. If you're in a situation where you've come out of a diet, you might just have to be a little bit smarter, but it's not going to ruin you. Like, if you gain like a kilo or two, it's not the end of the world. I'm just more mindful of, like, you know, if you come back, you could be like, it could happen. You could come out of your diet, you could gain like 4 or 5 kilos, and that'll ruin you pretty badly for a bit. So yeah, that is my point with food. And the third point that I want to talk about is just time away from doing movements that you're used to. So when you go on holiday, you're potentially going to be in a position where you're not exposed to the movements that you're used to in your usual gym. If your training age is low and you don't have as much skill acquired over time, you're going to notice a bigger drop off when you take that time away, because you just don't have that much skill with these movements, you don't have as much confidence, you've just been getting used to them. If you've run movements for absolutely ages, you take a week off, you'll probably be fine when you get back to it. So this is what I would advise if you're taking a deload when you're away, do it. Take some time off, but maybe get in one upper session, one lower session, and make sure in those sessions you get in those movements that require a lot more skill. Just stay in some sort of pattern with them. You don't need to do anywhere near the same weight you would usually do. Just stay in some sort of groove with those movements. And again, from a recovery perspective, that sets you up well for getting back. If you take a week and a half off, let's say, and you don't train at all, and you get back and you're like, right, I'm ready to train, you're going to be very sore. And that soreness is just going to take away from your ability to train hard later into the week. You're not going to recover well, you're not going to perform well. So a couple deload sessions maybe at the end of your holiday just to get back into the groove to improve recovery is very, very beneficial. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is a really good point here, is holidays have the potential to provide a very, very low stress position. Low stress means much better use of the food you're having when you're away, better sleep potentially, and just coming back in a really fresh position. So these holidays can be very effective deloads when they're in such a low stress scenario. Think about a deload at home. You're basically still working lows, work might be stressful, so you're taking time off from training, but you're still in a stressed position. Holidays can be great for really bringing fatigue down. So don't worry too much, guys, that you're going to be fine. And if anything, if you like I said, it goes back to the first point, if you time it well, you'll come back into training so fresh. So yeah, hopefully that was useful, guys. I suspect quite a lot of people will be going on holidays. You know, we're in the middle of summer. Maybe I should have released this a little bit earlier. But yeah, this is definitely a good topic to talk about. No matter how high your bodybuilding goals are, I really believe you should deserve, you know, maybe 1 holiday, 2 holidays a year. 100%, it's not going to ruin your goals at all, really. So yeah, life's to be enjoyed. I used to travel a lot and I do miss it a little bit, but I still take time to see friends and go away like I did, and it was worth it. So yeah, that's kind of my take, my experience on how I manage it. Hopefully it was useful. And yeah, if you have any questions, as always, just drop me a message on Instagram. And you can also inquire of coaching through my WhatsApp. The link is in my bio and Instagram. So yeah, like and subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video very soon. See you soon.